And how to clap?
No, wait.
Oh.
Clap.
Hi. Today on episode 4 of Parenting Without a License, we are drinking coffee.
And tea.
This is the point when I ask for sponsorship. So today I am drinking Nescafe Gold Decaf. On the days when I don't want to be buzzing from excess caffeine, I usually go for Nescafe Gold. They've got another couple of other ranges, but I prefer the gold one because, well, the flavor is a lot better, and it's freeze dried, so all you need is a bit of hot water. I like mine with a bit of carnation. I don't take my sugar. It's really, really good. So Nescafe, if you're listening, sponsor. Ha, 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 ha.
And actually, if you don't take the decaf one, the non-decaffeinated gold version is actually a lot better than any of the other Nescafe stuff. Freeze dried.
Yeah, we've had we've tried the other one, the regular one that can't remember what's it called. Anyway, something there. Not so great. But Nescafe Gold. And Nescafe, if you're listening. What are you drinking?
So I am drinking decaf tea from Marks and Spencer's.
Marks and Sparks. Yo. Decaf.
They've got one of the best, in my opinion, decaffeinated coffee teas. Even their decaf coffee is actually not too bad, but for their tea is nice and dark, the way I like I would say my men, but you're not dark.
Okay, let's not go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Marks and Spencer's, tea.
Yeah.
Because the thing about doing decaf, right, is I have a sensitivity to caffeine, which is both a good and a bad thing. Excess caffeine makes me cranky, jumpy, bounce off the wall, and then the crash is not pretty. I'm basically useless for the next couple of hours after the crash. And for her, because we have two children.
Yeah, we have 2 kids, and I was exclusively breastfeeding both of them. I do not take caffeine as much as I can, so that the caffeine doesn't go into the milk, and the milk doesn't make them too hyper. And if they don't sleep, mommy and daddy don't sleep.
Tell them the story about our trip or flight where you had 2 cups of coffee. Okay, so background, we were in Vienna. She was on a science conference, and the coffee in Vienna, if you are gonna, you have a tourism board, you want to sponsor, their coffee is insanely good. Like, you can get ridiculously good coffee from just the cafe around the corner. You don't have to get any special place. And when you do go to a special place, oh my god, the coffee is awesome. And so it's excusable that she wanted to have a last few cups of coffee before we flew off. But carry on.
So I had a coffee for breakfast, and then when we were at the airport, I actually pressed the wrong button. I actually wanted to get a black coffee for him, but he said he wanted, and it came out as a cappuccino. And then I decided, okay, since you don't want it, I will drink it. So I had 2 cups of coffee before a 20-hour flight back to Singapore.
20-hour flight, breastfeeding a 1-year-old child.
So the 5-hour flight from Vienna to Dubai was horrendous because she was so hyper, she would not sit down. And so when she doesn't
nap properly and she doesn't get her rest, you know how kids are. 1-year-old, they get cranky. I would argue that adults just handle the crank a lot better than the kids do.
So we had a 5-hour flight from Vienna to Dubai, and there was a 4-hour layover from Dubai. So
in Dubai.
And
4 hours.
We had an 8-hour flight back from Dubai to Singapore. Fortunately, by the time we got onto the plane from Dubai to Singapore, we were so tired, everybody slept.
Yeah. And that's why we've been drinking decaf for the longest time.
Yes.
I have my own reasons. She has her own reasons. My caffeine stories, you don't want to hear it. Another episode. But yes, so today, big news, everybody, 11th of March 2021. Someone I know just
lost my job. So today I went for a meeting, and my boss had to tell me, sadly, the company can no longer pay me. They can't afford for me to stay on. And so they gave me my 2 months notice.
Yeah.
And
They're a startup, by the way.
Yeah.
They're a startup. So
So-
just to let you guys know that my cash cow has mooed her last moo. Doesn't mean that, she's like a golden goose that lays golden eggs. Could you? But anyway, they were a startup and carry on.
unless you count the 2 kids as golden eggs.
Children are liabilities here.
Okay.
If you
Anyway,
haven't
so
noticed.
after the initial shock, I must admit that I was a little disappointed and sad that I did upfront and tell him that don't mind me if I cry a little. I cried maybe like half a teardrop, and then it went back in, and I was like, oh, everything is fine because it was in public. And then I came home because
Oh yeah. No, she quit. No. Quit.
because I had a call from the school and we had to pick up the kids because they got rejected for coughing
Yeah.
pretty badly.
Yeah.
So
So the
both
kids
kids.
are a little bit sick. Thankfully, it's not the pandemic, not COVID, and they're fine. They're napping right now, so we're taking the opportunity, to shoot a really quick PWAL episode.
PWAL.
Hooray! But so anyway, today's topic: losing your job.
Is
Is it the end of the world?
No, it's not. What I need to do is just to update my CV and start sending it out. The issue is if I can actually get a job that allows me to work remotely and enjoy the work from home. Unfortunately, in my field, there is very few options that allow you to work from home.
What do you do? I just realized that we didn't tell our fans, sponsors out there what you do.
So I think in the first episode you mentioned that I was a cancer researcher. Technically, I guess that could be true. So I have 15 years worth of research experience, and specifically in cancer research, and that was in academia. That I left academia to attempt to be a stay-at-home mom, which lasted all of 6 months before I realized I was dying of boredom.
Yeah, she was going crazy.
Yeah. So and then
But if you are a stay-at-home mom, more power to you. Full respect.
Yeah.
It's not an easy job.
I just can't do it. And so then I got another job in a R&D department of so R&D department in another small company, and then I left that after a year after my contract ran out.
Oh. Wait, contract right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, was this a job that gave you anxiety?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that job the work was fine. She called, nearing the tail end, she was calling me and crying on the phone saying she couldn't take it. And one day she just rage quit and was like, no, I can't take it. She came home crying, sobbing into my arms. Yeah. But yeah, that's the point. I mean, she had to leave that job because it was causing you so much anxiety and pain. And it wasn't because of the work, it was because of the people.
Yeah.
Right?
I actually try not to tell people that.
Yeah,
I might cut
but let's
this
be true. Let's be true about it.
That's true.
You either quit a job or they let you go, right? People, I've read this so many times. People don't quit a job; they quit a boss, right? It's really the people that cause people to either
Yeah,
stay
my boss
on.
was nice actually.
Oh
It's
yeah, your
just-
boss. Yeah. In that particular case, but you don't leave a job because the job sucks. You leave a job really because of the environment.
But so it was actually towards the tail end of my contract regardless. So I wrote into my director, the head of the department, and told him like, hey, I'm not continuing my contract and take this as my 2-week notice. I'm taking no pay leave for the rest of the week. Packed up everything and left without saying goodbye to my teammates.
It was that bad.
So I only came back like a week later to return everything, the pass, everything, say goodbye, give chocolates to the people I wanted to give chocolates to.
I didn't get any chocolate.
Aren't I enough chocolate for you? I'm brown.
Daddy likes me some brown sugar.
Yes. So anyway, then I joined this startup, and it's been a wonderful year. I got the job right before the lockdown. So I started a month, and then we had the circuit breaker, and then it's been a year, and almost like a year, 2 weeks into my 1 year anniversary with this company, I was told that I'm sorry, but we have to let you go, and that's not bad.
Aha.
Yeah.
Carry on with your story.
So it's been 1 year of working from home, 1 year of getting to snuggle with the kids in the morning, sending them to school, picking them up.
And if you know anything about kids, you know that 1 year is a huge difference between that 1 year ago and today. My daughter's 5, my boy's almost 3, and you got to spend that 1 year working from home, you know, picking them up from school, sending them to school, cooking, cleaning, screaming after them.
That's normal, but it's a 1 year that I treasure a lot, and I would not have been able to do it without this job. And for that, I am forever thankful to be able to get this opportunity to work from home.
Absolutely.
And if I have to go back to work in an office, then
so be it.
So be it. So now I just have to figure out what I want to do next.
Yeah, I mean, losing a job. To quote Ken Jeong from The Hangover. But did you die? Did you die?
No. No.
So yeah, so it's a minor setback, and of course we have contingencies in place. I mean, I teach financial literacy. It would be totally funny if I don't practice what I preach. And so we've got our contingency funds. We've got a fully stocked pantry, and lately, I mean, what was the last thing you did before you got a new job? How did you do it? Tell us.
So basically, my current boss, or my soon-to-be ex-boss, was actually a previous boss. So I actually had contacted him to ask for a referral. Not more referral, more like, could you write me a recommendation letter? And he said, hey, I have an opening in my company. Why don't I have a counter offer for you? Why don't you come and work for me? So I've taken this course called Dream Job by Ramit Sethi, and if you
link in somewhere.
I'll find out put it in somewhere, and it's actually really helpful in helping me discover or figure out what kind of jobs do I want and how do I reach out to people who are in those industries. And so basically it's having a warm referral, a contact, at least a foot in the door actually really helps.
Yeah.
So basically, you have to tap your contacts. You have to ask people the right questions. Like, let's say if it's an industry or a job that you've never done before, you need to ask them. If you know somebody who's actually doing that kind of job or in the industry, why don't you ask them out for coffee and ask, hey, I'm interested in learning more about this role or this kind of job. What kind of strengths or what kind of skills do I need to have? What are the things that they look for in people who are top performers in that role? And one of the things that, one of the jobs that I was actually looking at a long while back was how to be an application specialist. So I actually reached out to some of the few people who were in that field, and one of them came back and said, hey, let's do coffee and talk about this. About the coffee never happened because she was so busy because of that's what she does. But she called me up and we had a discussion on how you need to be customer centric, how you need to be able to solve the problems at least within 24 hours, and if not, how do you escalate it up to people who can. And that was very helpful, because it lets you understand what are the rules that you need to follow to be able to do this job well.
Totes. And for me, I've been jobless for the past 6 years. Click. Well, okay, so I've been self-employed for the past 6 years, and I've watched her do it, right? I've been an employee, I've been a self-employed, I've owned a couple of businesses, and I know what it's like. And seeing her journey from, being stagnant in the first job, she was in there for like 10 years, she was stagnant, she was practically not growing, she wasn't dying, bit by bit, just existing. It wasn't fun. And me being me, my favorite activity is to poke her, and so I was poking her. I was poking her to do more with your life. And she found another job, and another job. And I've got to say, in the past 10 years you've known me, you've probably grown more than in the past 30 before that.
Yes, I'm 40 this year.
Losing your job at 40.
So
but did you die?
Not yet.
Yeah.
So
carry on.
The first 10 years was basically each job taught me a lot of things. What I like to do, what kind of skills that I really enjoy doing, and what kind of work I don't like doing. And so, like, this journey, it's a journey. It's like you grow with your job. If your job doesn't excite you anymore, what do you do next? Do you make your current job more exciting, or do you find something more to your taste? So do you leave the job, any job hop?
I know people who, to make their job more exciting, they don't make it more exciting, they make it more dramatic.
How so?
Drama hooks. They start backstabbing, backbiting. Ugh,
I can't stand that.
People.
Yeah.
If you're that kind of person, we don't want you subscribing to my channel. Don't subscribe. No. Bad kitty cat.
Yeah. So it's basically discovering what you like and what you don't like. What are your strengths and your weaknesses? So I'm sure that you've heard it all before with regards to, like, how do you, your career progression. Frankly, my career progression has not been vertical, it's been horizontal. So each step, I just to go one step up and just a little bit step up. And it's been very interesting. Very, very interesting so far.
Yeah. So now, for you, the next steps would be what exactly to find your next job?
So I have a rough idea what, after being in this field for...
17 years?
Has it been 17 years? 18 years.
18 years?
18 years. I have a better understanding, clearer picture of what is out there in the biomedical scene or research or whatever, this kind of thing.
Science.
And if I really want to either go back to academia or go where the money is in the private sector.
Oh yeah, totes. I would totally say go for the private sector because daddy needs his cash cow.
Daddy makes your own money.
Daddy makes a lot more money than you.
Yeah, that's true. But so that's the decision that I need to make. Then I need to figure out who do I need to contact if they can actually help me get an introduction somewhere. Obviously, I need to update my CV. LinkedIn, maybe, I'm not sure, that has not really worked out very well for me, or I'm not using it correctly. So if you are like a pro at using LinkedIn and getting leads in terms of jobs, maybe you can drop me a comment to teach me how to do that. That'd be great.
So yeah, how would you summarize what are the next steps needed, or the next steps that you'll be taking to secure your next job?
Update your CV. Find out the companies that you would like to work at, or at least have an idea of what kind of roles that you want to do. Look for people in your contact list that are within that scope. Apply and secure a job. Make money.
For daddy!
Profit.
So yeah, long story short, folks, I've watched her do the whole job hunt thing, and it really is broken down into manageable steps. Job hunting isn't as hard as you make it sound, as typical people say, oh my god. And it really is about adding value to your employer. I mean, I have my own team who I've employed for a few years now, and I always like to say, let's keep our lines open, our communication open. It's a safe space, and that's the key, you see, because my employees give me a lot of value and I pay them very well. And so when they do well and they're happy, my business does well and I'm happy, and then I pay them more. So if you're looking for a job, don't think about what can they give you, think about what you can give back as well.
Yeah. And also it's and currently we are still in the pandemic for some reason, because people are idiots, but and looking for jobs may not necessarily be that easy, and it can be very tiring and discouraging. And so what I would also suggest is maybe try to go out of the industry that you're comfortable in and look for something else. And you might need to start from scratch, or you need to pick up a skill, or just basically you need to pivot. But how do you pivot? I'm not sure. So that is something that you might need to figure out for yourself.
Find something you love and find a way to get it to pay you. That's what I feel. That's what I found out. Right? I found something that I love, which is about money and investments and a lot of behavioral finance, and now it's Islamic finance, and I'm totally enjoying it. And I found a way to get it, to be profitable for me, for me to get paid. I teach people, I share my what little knowledge I have, and in the process I learn a lot more, and along the way I get paid. And that's awesome. And so I'm my own boss. She's my other boss. Hiya. And so ultimately losing your job at 40, oh my god, you've become a stereotype, right?
Yep. So basically, I'm one of us. I'm a statistic.
Yeah, losing your job at 40. But so what? Did you die? There's so much to do, so many things you can and potentially will do, right? And worst comes to worst, you can always rely on me, your sugar daddy.
Can I have some sugar?
Sure.
Oh my god.
See. The ladies like it.
The lady likes it.
I've got another pussy. Her name's Sadie. She's brown and furry. Wait, I can describe some. Everything's brown and furry if you look at it hard enough. Anyway, Parenting Without a License, episode 4. If you've lost your job, let us know. We're not going to employ you, but share your story. Let us know what happened if you had lost your job at 40 or at 30 or whatever age. What's it like for you? I mean, it's not easy to say that you've lost your job. You still have 2 children to take care of, one hunk of a man to still mind and take care of too. So let us know in the comments below, and as always, like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, say hi. If you want to sponsor anything, let us know. I'll be more than happy to consume. And oh look, it's my other pussy. Want to see? Hi pussycat, come here you. Suddenly a kucing.
Okay, she's not happy. I'm gonna put it down.
And this is Parenting Without License episode 4. This is Sadie, my other pussy. Love you all. And clap.